I am Jessica Laws, and I am here with, what is your name, sir?
Skip Moser.
Alright, and we are here at the Hickory Soup Kitchen. We are here with Lenoir-Rhyne's Hickory Sacred Spaces class. And Skip, what is your relationship to the place?
I am, my title is Assistant Director.
Alright, and how long have you been associated with the Soup Kitchen?
2 years now.
Alright.
When I say that, I've been employed here 2 years. I was volunteering for probably a year and a half before I was actually come on staff.
Okay. And are there any things about the history of the place that you consider significant?
Well, let's see, it's 31 years of existence. This is our 31st year. We served 80,593 plates of food last year. We do more with the community than just serve food. We have groceries that folks can take home that need. We do hygiene products for showers. We average 12 to 15 showers a day here. We also, our food intake, we done over almost 1 million pounds of food last year. We're like the central location. We don't just, all that food's not used here. We help with the Salvation Army, Safe Harbor, the Women's Battered Shelter. We supply food to probably 10 different organizations here in town.
Okay. And I notice we are in the pantry here. And is this pantry usually stocked up this much all the time?
No. Every year we go through this. October, November, December, everyone thinks of the Hickory Soup Kitchen during the holidays and stuff. We actually get more donations than we could ever use during those 3 months. We take those and we have to hold it back doing our grocery bags and things. If you come in here in July, August, there may be 3, 4, 5 cans of food in here. It gets that low every year.
Okay. And to us as a group, we consider sacred not only as just like a church building where a lot of people associate that word with, but more of something that is impactful and meaningful, something that someone will carry for the rest of their life. Do you consider the Hickory Soup Kitchen sacred?
Oh, definitely, by all means.
And then why would you consider it sacred?
Well, it's become, besides we are Christian orientated, but besides that, it has almost become a home to some of our clients. I open up at 7 o'clock of the morning. Usually I'm here by 6:15, 6:30. At that time of morning, even in the cold of the winter, I have 6 to 8 to 12 people waiting for me to open up the door. When we have the coffee, it's more of a, besides just a place to eat, it's a place for them to come, they can socialize, but they can also know the community events that's going on. It's more of a home, church type atmosphere for them. They can see, we announce every day any events that somebody has going that may help our clients. Yesterday there was a job fair that took place, helped also with the learning of how to fill out applications, that type thing. We've started a library. We do multiple reading where books of magazines, that type of thing, where they can come in all day, sit and read, look, hopefully to better educate and to that point.
Okay, and on a daily basis, how many clients do you estimate that you see a day?
Last year, this is of course just March, but last year we averaged 216 plates of people per day. That's folks through the front door, and we averaged about 340 plates of food a day. That's where we come up with the 80,500 plates.
Awesome. And what experience have you had here that's made this place so significant to you?
Those are just, there's too many of them. I mean, it's not necessarily the clients every day that I see that comes day to day in normal operation, but it's that one person you help. When we actually don't have a client here anymore, it's a good thing. It means they've got on their feet, they've found an apartment, found a job. That is a really rewarding experience. Just there's never been a day that they haven't been some kind of reward to my job. I mean, it's just perfect.
Do you think it's more of a long-term help that you're associated with than a short-term fix for some people?
Definitely. We want to. We have to equal it out between both. I mean, the short term is they're hungry that day, and we're going to see them supply them with their food, see they have something to eat, something to take home. The long term is, like I said, we do deal with the other organizations here in town. If we can get them the health care they need, if we can get them into a housing project, if we can get them any way we can help. Yeah, it's definitely a long term. We want to see all of our clients be long term, and we want to see it back in the 80s where we done 70 plates a day of food instead of, or 70 people instead of 216. We would love to see those times again.
And have you been changed as a result of the soup kitchen?
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. I was a lot colder. I didn't, when I say colder, a lot more naive of the whole situation out there. There was no, yes, I seen folks walking the streets. I seen people would ride by waiting to get into the soup kitchen, but I never knew that the extremes were that high here in our community.
And what about this place draws you to it? Is it the fact that you can help so many people, or?
Sure. I mean, yeah, it's just, again, it's the reward of, it's not the financial part of actually working here. It's the, just knowing, there's not a day that goes by that someone doesn't thank me for what we're doing. And you do know, we do get to see it on a day-to-day basis. It's not as easy for our volunteers that come in once a week, once a month, to see the rewards, but we do get to see a lot of our clients when they come out of the level they're in, whatever the level, whether they're living in the woods, whether they're living just day-to-day, almost impoverished, when they do get to get out of that situation and how much they light up and their whole atmosphere changes for them.
All right, and do you have any interesting facts or any stories that you'd like to share, or?
Probably, well, again, the facts are that we do the 80,000 plates. We serve a lot of people. We do a lot of that. As far as the stories, I'm not much into them because those were kind of between me and our clients. I don't ever really discuss an issue with the client or what I have. I will tell you of a lady I know right now here in this town that was very successful 3 years ago. Was living in a $250,000 house. Has a daughter. She is 10 now. This woman was making, I'm going to estimate $85,000 a year. In those 2 years, she's lost her husband, lost her job due to illness, cannot get on disability yet because it takes a year. She's lost her home with that daughter. Her and her daughter is living in her car right now, and when the bank finds the car, they're gonna be out of that. So they don't know from one day to the next. So it can happen to anyone. Mm-hmm. I don't want people to think that this is just a way of life for some people, because it is a way of life for some, but it can happen to anyone. It can.
All right, and what changes have you seen in the place? I know that you noted that it has grown.
Definitely. We've grown by number of people. The library is a big change. That is a new project. We're also even trying to get some different students from LR, CVCC to possibly even come in. That is our next step, hopefully, to get them where can help teach reading, or that we're doing some classes right now on how they're helping them to learn how to fill out an application to be better prepared when they go in to apply for a job. A lot of our clients are lower income families, come from that all their life. We see on a daily basis 2, 3, and even 4 generations that can't read. So we're hoping somewhere we can maybe start breaking some of that cycle.
Good, that would be awesome, especially for not only those people but for the community as well.
Sure.
And what do you think has kept the soup kitchen so sacred over time?
The churches, the civic groups that support us. We're completely based on the churches, the civic groups that just from a day to day, it's not just the volunteers, it's the things that's donated, the food products, the day to day operation things that people don't think of. Of course, we got to have food, but we have to have dinner napkins, we have to have toilet tissue, things like that. It's day to day that people don't see and don't think of. So yeah, those type things are. We're just very fortunate that from the community we're in, they're very, very supportive of us.
All right, and with the support of the community, where do you see this place in the future?
Again, I would love to see it where we're 70 people a day walking in. I personally don't think that's going to happen again. I do see the soup kitchen in the future. We're going to have to expand. Right now, we can only sit 112 people at a time in our dining room. We're serving 220 people a day. We're going to have to expand. That will be the third time in the 31 years that they started out as a small fire department for a small station, then moved into this one. So it's going to have to expand. We're going to have to expand our places to take showers. We have more and more people that need a shower a day. That we only have one facility for the men's, one for the women right now. And when you're doing 15 to 20 a day, that's hard to get them worked in. We have them waiting in line. I think the reading aspect of it, I personally, I think in the next 5 years we'll see GED classes offered here, helping. I don't know if there'll ever be any kind of medical help or that type thing through us. I just don't think that's a way of the future. We have to limit where we're at, and I think we'll expand as far as the food part of it here for the community, and we'll be able to help more organizations with the food.
All right. And I guess the last question to wrap up things today is, what is the most significant thing that you have experienced or you see go on here, or anything that you think is what is most impactful here?
The hardest thing I see on a day-to-day basis, and I don't see it as much in the fall and the winter months as I do in the summer, but I do see, is the children. It's hard. It's hard, especially when it's holidays, and you know that child's not going to be getting a present. It's hard for me knowing a child is growing up from a very small age to a young person, a teenager, thinking this is a way of life. That's where I was talking earlier about possibly breaking the cycle. When you have a child that goes the first 8 to 10, 12 years of their life eating every day, either in school or in the soup kitchen, they tend to think that's a way of life. We want them to become outstanding citizens. We want them to progress. We want them to have more in life and want more. And again, that's where I would like to see us break the cycle, if any way possible. And I think that falls back on the reading, teaching those people. I know they're in school and the teachers do everything they can, but if the parent can't help them when they come home with the homework, they just don't progress enough. And then when they do come ready to go out in society, they don't have the education to do the job, the reading part of it that's needed. Every job you have to read at. I don't care what you do, fill out an application. So they just fall into the cracks, into the cycle, and it just keeps on. So I guess it falls back on the reading. I just hope that we can break that cycle.
All right, well, I greatly appreciate your time today, and I hope just to be seeing you around. And if you ever need any help, then we're always here to help you as well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.